So in this video, I'm going to look at my specific American dream and what I want out of life and my views on the American dream and if I think it is achievable for everyone. So my ultimate dream is to be a doctor. That's what I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. So that's a big part of my American dream and that's what I would consider successful for myself. Um, so I would like to go get into a nice college and then go to a good med school and start my internship and residency and eventually become an attending as a surgeon. That's my goal, and that's a pretty big goal. It's a huge American dream, and it would be considered very successful, which I would love. And I think I can do it, but yes, it will require a lot of hard work. And being a woman, yes, it's seen as people kind of see you as less than the men in that sort of business. There's still some people that look and think, oh, you're a woman, you can't do that. But I disagree with them, and I think that it doesn't matter what you are, you can still be intelligent and have the same ability as men. So, yes, that is a challenge that I would come across as a female trying to become a surgeon because some people do see it as a man's world. But I disagree, and I would think that I can do it if I put my mind to it and I work hard and I can prove them wrong. So, also in my life, I would like to be successful in the way of having a family and being able to support them and not only providing them with what they need, but also what we want and what we like, the extra things you can get out of life. I don't need anything fancy, but it would be nice if when you want to go on a trip, you can go on a trip, or if you want a new car, you can get a new car. Like, not anything unrealistic, but it is nice, I think, to have enough money to be comfortable. And that's kind of what I see as my American dream. I don't need to be rich. Of course, it would be nice, but it's not an ultimate goal of mine. So, also within the American dream and my perspective on if I think everybody can reach it, I do think that everybody has the ability, but in today's world, there is a lot of stereotypes and other things affecting how people feel about other people and their abilities. So sometimes race, gender, ethnicity, class, those come into play, and I really don't think they should, but I do definitely think that they do, which I don't think is okay, and I think that should change. But people do have stereotypes and preconceptions about people just based on how they look or what they know about them without really knowing them. So I think that is really important when it comes down to the American dream because, yes, everybody can work hard, but sometimes their hard work won't pay off because somebody won't hire them or somebody won't give them the job that they need. So I think that's really important. So happiness is a huge part of the American dream. I think you can't be successful in life if you aren't happy. You don't want to live an unhappy life. If you're not happy doing what you are doing, then you should change that because you only have one life to live and you should live it to the fullest. And if you're not happy, you're not living it to the fullest. So I think part of my idea of the American dream is being happy in what you're doing and not getting caught up in the material items and only focusing on what other people think of you and having the newest items and all of that stuff. I don't think that's the most important part of life, but I do think that in today's world, people are getting very caught up in that, and I don't think that's not something I would like to do. And I do think it happens to all of us every now and then. We do get caught up in the image and the money and the things that you have, but I don't think it should be because that's not really the important part of life. And when it comes down to it, what's going to make you happy at the end of the day isn't the new car that you just bought or the new jewelry or clothing or the newest iPhone. I think that it's more what you're doing making you happy, who you're with, and your family and people surrounding you. So I think that's very important, and when I'm older, I don't want to be focused around material items or any of that, which the American dream is sort of shifted towards. I think that the older version of the American dream, back in the 50s and stuff, is a better example of how it should be, with focus on freedom and finally being able to do things for yourself, such away from public transportation, getting a car, And yes, that is like material, but it's also kind of just something people take pride in. Um, Also, I think it's important to be focused on the family aspect because I think that part of the American dream has been lost over time. So, I think that's the biggest piece is family and happiness and success within your family, not necessarily in the amount of money you have because I don't think that's important. In conclusion, I think that the American dream is achievable, but I think that society kind of makes it hard for other people to achieve it if you aren't white and you don't look a certain way or act a certain way, or you may be just slightly different. I think that society needs to get over the fact that everybody isn't going to be the same. And not everybody is the same, and that's what makes the world a better place, all the unique people coming together. And I think society needs to see past what's on the outside and look more on how people are on the inside before judging them. Also, I think that the American dream needs to be focused more around happiness and success in your family, not just the money and the materialistic items that America tends to be focused on today.